Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and I'm bringing you the meta report comparing the first week of Trials for Season 10 when it first released inside Destiny 2, Trials of Osiris that is, and the last week now, Endless Vale, the smallest map inside Destiny 2, which there are no surprises here. I'm going to jump right into it. The Fellwinter's Lie is the #1 weapon being used. Now, I'm bringing you the meta report a little bit early because obviously I'm going to be live streaming and a part of the reveal tomorrow, so I wanted to bring you the meta report a little bit earlier so that way I could cover it and get to bed on time. So the Fellwinter's Lie is the first and most used weapon on Endless Vale, which was no surprise here because it is the smallest map. So I'm not surprised that shotguns are really prevalent. You even see the Astral Horizon and the Mindbender's Ambition. 3 shotguns in the top 10 on Endless Vale. Now, some things did surprise me though. The Summoner was #2. No surprise there. Suros, no surprise. We've seen these 2 weapons. These are the 2 strongest auto rifles currently in the meta. They are shifting the sandbox next season, so literally tomorrow, the auto rifle's 600 RPMs will be changed a little bit, and we might see them, fall off the list a little bit. The Revoker, no surprise there. But in the 5th spot, Mountaintop. Are you kidding me? Mountaintop. I am disappointed in the Destiny community right now. This is my most hated weapon. I cannot believe it has climbed the ranks to the #5th spot, which is crazy when you think about it because, again, the Mountaintop does not always one-hit kill. So that means that the kills where you hurt someone, you stick it to the ground and they walk over it and they're one shot, and then you finish them off with a SMG, hand cannon, auto rifle, whatever it may be. Those don't even count in those numbers. So it's literally, it would probably be in like the top 3, if not top 2 spot right now, which is insanity. And just, I'm dying on the inside just thinking about that. Mountaintop is disgusting. I can't wait for that to be slowly fizzled out, especially with sun settings. But, that remains to be seen for now. The Bastion, such a strong weapon. No surprises there. #6 spot. The Beloved, no surprise there. One of the strongest snipers. Obviously, sniping is always going to be prevalent, no matter what the map is. Even if you're on the smallest map there is, there's still sniping to be done. Revoker's #4, and the Beloved is in the #7 spot there. Astral Horizon is the #8 spot. Mindbender, #9 spot. Again, small map. And the Drang Baroque, this super crazy lethal sidearm that people are using. It's definitely a good sidearm, and I'll definitely try it out very soon here. It makes it into the top 10 yet again. Now, what I wanted to compare is the last week Endless Vale to the first week. Now, the first week, we saw the Hard Light reign supreme. Now, if you don't remember this was insanity. The Hard Light would do double damage from ricochet shots, and people were just spamming it everywhere. It's really nice to see that they did a mid-season nerf on the Hard Light, and that it's now no longer in the top 10. Even no one's even using it, even on Endless Vale. They're not pairing it with an Astral Horizon. You really just didn't see the Hard Light be used at all this weekend, which is nice to see the Hard Light be gone because it was just an absolute spam fest. So goodbye, good riddance, Hard Light. And Revoker, Mindbenders, Beloved, Suros, all normal weapons. Spare Rations was really popular, and we saw it fizzle with time. In fact, I could create a chart probably where literally the Spare Rations kills and users went down and down and down as the season went down, and the RPM, the 600 RPM auto rifles went up and up and up and up. Spare Rations didn't even make it into the top 10 for Endless Vale. Not Forgotten was in the first week, but that we almost saw the Not Forgotten not used at all after that week. It did make an appearance after that week, but almost completely forgotten, ironically. The Dustrock Blues, which was clearly replaced by Astral Horizon, as predicted by myself. The Thorn, which is my favorite hand cannon. I've made a few videos on this. I love the Thorn, and the new Thornament, or the old Thornament, is coming back, which I'm a little bit sad about, but it's the way it be. So you can look forward to that coming soon in Eververse. And then the Jotun there, which the Jotun had a few appearances here and there in the top 10, but didn't make it after those first few weeks. So you definitely see a solid shift in the meta from week 1 to this final week now. And I wanted to point that out because I think it's really interesting where people feel like, Destiny is so stale. It's just the same thing every week. It's over and over and over and over again, the same thing. And to a certain extent, it is like that. And that's kind of that way with a lot of first-person shooters, if I can be honest. But you have seen an absolute, wild change in the meta. We went from a lot of hand cannons, shotguns, to a lot more sniping, auto rifles. We even see Mountaintop making a use. We see sidearms making use. We see a fusion rifle in the top 10 regularly, the Bastion, which I don't even know if you can categorize that exactly as a fusion rifle, but it still counts, right? And so we do see a meta shift from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, and I'm really excited for Season 11 to come out, and I want to compare the same thing and do the same thing, comparing the first week of Season 11, and they are going to have some sandbox changes, and week 2 will be a big change. 3, as the community learns what the new things are, and as new exotics are brought into the game or new legendary weapons are brought into the game with quests. It'll be really interesting to see the changes that happen throughout time. I find this stuff to be very fascinating. I mean, for example, the Fellwinter's Lie is the #1 weapon used this weekend. It wasn't even in the game when Trials came out for the Burnout. It wasn't even in the game. So, new weapons are brought in, they rise to the charts, they fall off the charts. The Not Forgotten is a weapon that you earn in comp, and that was one of the most insane hand cannons for a long time, and now we see it's not even in the top 10 anymore. Weapons come and go, and we do see a shift in the meta with time, and Bungie's cadence is meant to be, each season there's meant to be sandbox changes, so there's meant to be, a good amount of change each season, and we definitely see that represented here with Season 10, so overall, I think that there was a good meta shift throughout the season, and I'm pretty happy with it. But let me know in the comments below, what did you think about the meta in Season 10, weapon-wise specifically? Did you think it was too shotgun heavy? Did you think it was too sniper heavy? Are you sick and tired of getting mountain-topped and Revokered and Fellwinter's Lied? Or do you want to see some new stuff? And what stuff would you want to see in the meta coming in Season 11? The last thing I'll cover is the players. There's 175,000 players at the time of making this video, and Trials isn't even over. Trials ends in at the time of making this video, it'd end in 11 hours from now. So we will probably see almost 200,000 players for the last week of Trials in Season 10, which is a big success and a big win in my opinion. Like I said before, I think that if Trials dips below 100k players, I would officially call it dead if it didn't even get 100k players in one weekend. The 99,000 you're seeing there on Burnout is because the screenshot was taken earlier on in that weekend. It obviously got way more than 99,000 the first weekend, so don't compare that. But I will be getting accurate screenshots for every single weekend this next season, and I'll make sure to compare the data and keep everything in line with you all. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you want more of this, and I will be helping you go flawless inside Season 11 Trials of Osiris. I'll see you later. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.